everybody wants to start grabbing their seats, we're going to get started in a little bit here. All right. Thank you guys for coming today. Can everybody hear me all right? All good? I usually go without the microphone, but we are actually live streaming this today, just doing some testing on our live streaming technology, so I have to be mic'd up. For those of you I have not met, I'm Sean Hayes. I'm manager of membership and internal sales here at Automation Alley. I just want to thank you guys for coming today. I'm going to give you a quick presentation. We're just going to talk about what we do here at Automation Alley, what benefits are available, and how they might be able to help your business. We'll also give some tours of the building afterwards, so you can see meeting space is part of your membership, so you'll get a chance to see that. If anybody has any questions as we're going through, just feel free to raise your hand and I can answer that for you. To start us off, I'm going to show you guys our Membership Minute video. How many of you have seen some of our Membership Minute videos so far? Show of hands. Anybody? Nobody yet? Okay. Well, the Membership Minute videos are designed for you to see how membership works from a member company's perspective. I can tell you about how great it is all day, but it's also a nice opportunity to see some of our member success stories. So this one I'm going to show you is from Worksited. They are out of Holland, Michigan, but they are just making their presence known in Southeast Michigan now.
Worksited is a strategic technology partner, and what we do is we work with our clients to help them really build and visualize a technology plan to help them move them in the direction that they want their company to go and really realize their vision. Worksited has been an Automation Alley member really for less than a year. Really the main reason we joined was we had a mutual customer, and through that mutual customer we got exposed to some of the thought leadership and really the really interesting things that Automation Alley is doing in this region, but with this global mindset, and that was something we wanted to be part of. So far with Automation Alley, our involvement has been as really kind of a recipient of all the great information that is out there in this ecosystem. Another way that we've taken advantage of our membership and seen a lot of value is through the Tech Takeover event. The Tech Takeover event we hosted was cloud focused. Really this wasn't about talking about what Worksited does in the cloud and things like that. It was really focused on the wider cloud conversation and how it impacts manufacturing, for example, with everything from data proliferation to security to, frankly, to talent recruitment. Is really changing the entire landscape, and really driving that conversation is what we think a good technology partner does.
If you keep an eye on our monthly e-newsletter, we do one of those success stories every month. Lots of different companies get featured, so good opportunity to see how membership works from a lot of different perspectives. We've had staffing companies, manufacturers, tech companies all participate in that, so be sure to check out our YouTube page. We've got a lot of those available if you're interested. And if you are a member, we're always looking for new candidates for those videos as well. So if you have a success story you want to share, talk a little bit about your company as well, we can talk and maybe get you featured in one of the Membership Minute videos. So, Automation Alley. We are a technology and manufacturing business association that's focused on educating companies in this area about Industry 4.0. We used to be focused on Southeast Michigan. We're trying to expand that to just Michigan in general. We were previously based out of 8 counties: Oakland, Macomb, Wayne, Washtenaw, Livingston, Genesee, St. Clair, Monroe. We used to focus all of our membership there, but obviously we've got some opportunities. A lot of these tech and manufacturing companies out of Lansing or Grand Rapids now, so we're trying to expand that reach a bit. Aside from educating people on Industry 4.0 through different opportunities, there's also membership opportunities to grow your business, different tools to help your company. That includes networking events, marketing tools, and educational discounts. So all those are involved in membership. What is Industry 4.0? How many of you are familiar with that term? Okay, a couple people. I was worried we were going to get no hands again for a minute there. Industry 4.0 is basically looking at manufacturing as being in the 4th industrial revolution right now. So the first being steam and how that played into the manufacturing process. The second being the assembly line with Henry Ford. The the third being computers, and now we're looking at robotics and automation and how humans interact with that in the manufacturing process. So there's 8 different sectors to Industry 4.0. You'll see them listed up there: artificial intelligence, industrial Internet of Things, robotics, cybersecurity, just to name a few. We do a lot of different events to educate people on these topics and to get them a little bit more concentrated on their business being part of that. You'll hear that term thrown around a lot at any of our networking events or in any of our marketing materials. So we do a few signature events throughout the year. Tech takeovers I'll talk about a little more in a bit. The Global Industry Outlook, we hold that every January here at Automation Alley. That's put on by our international team, just kind of an outlook of what some opportunities are in the international market. I'll talk more about our international team in a bit as well. Our other signature events, the Technology and Industry Reveal, Clubs and Connections, our annual golf outing, and Integrate, our Industry 4.0 conference. You might have seen I had the page up for the golf outing just before the event started. That's going to be August 27th at Red Run in Royal Oak. Has anybody played there before? One person? And how many golfers do we have here? Quite a few. It's a private course, very nice to play. Would you agree? Definitely. So if you have not had the chance to play, going to our outing is a good opportunity to see the course. Lots of different sponsorship opportunities available still for that event as well. Tech takeovers. So we started doing these a little over a year ago. Basically, we had a lot of companies reach out to us that, as I mentioned, using our meeting space as part of your membership. A lot of companies host events in this auditorium and asked us, will you help us promote it? Is there anything you can do to help us get members in the room? Because of how many requests we get, we can't do that with everybody. We started Tech Takeovers as a chance to say it's $1,000 if you want to host. As long as it's focused on one of those Industry 4.0 topics, we'll help you promote it, we'll help get people in the door, and we'll give you that avenue to kind of present to these companies. The main thing behind it is we don't want it to be a sales pitch. We want it to be a learning opportunity for our members. Non-members can attend these events as well. Of course, there is a discount with being a member. But it's a good chance just to kind of learn about some of these technologies. Last Wednesday, we had Baco. They're a robotics company out of Madison Heights. They were talking about collaborative robot applications, We've had a few other events as well. Anywhere from, I would say, 15 to, we've had as many as 60 people show up for these events. We are starting to live stream them as well, which is why we're practicing some of that technology today. So if you're not available to make it out, if Troy's a little bit further of a drive for you, I know we've got some people who are not in the Oakland County area here today, but there's an opportunity to view them there as well. We're also archiving them on our YouTube page. So again, if you can't make it, can't watch right away, another good chance to learn about some of these technologies. I always recommend coming in person, though. A lot of the hosts get value out of people asking questions afterward and learning a bit more about their technologies at that time. As I mentioned, these take place every Wednesday. We do have an off day tomorrow, but we come back on June 20th with RSM is going to be talking about blockchain. Integrate. So Integrate is Automation Alley's Global Industry 4.0 conference. It's an all-day event just to educate people on the different topics of Industry 4.0. That's going to be held November 14th at the Renaissance Center, the Detroit Marriott at the Renaissance Center, Last year was our first year hosting this event. We had over 500 attendees show up, over 80 speakers, over 30 trade show booths. So again, a lot of different opportunities throughout the day. We had some live demos going on of AR and VR technology, robotics as well, and a few keynote speakers throughout the day. So if Industry 4.0 is of interest for your business, this is definitely the event to be at. We're shooting for 700 attendees this year, we're hoping to see. And again, lots of sponsorship opportunities available for that event as well. Any questions so far? Am I going too quick, or is everybody good? All good? Okay. The Technology and Industry Reveal. So we just did this event on April 30th. This was held at the Detroit Institute of Arts. Every year, Automation Alley does a technology industry report. Basically, it's just an overview of tech and manufacturing, what direction it's going right now in Michigan. In the past, we've worked with some research companies. Last year, we put together a survey ourselves. We had the help of a PR company to kind of put together this report. This was the first year, 2018, that we partnered with 7 different universities who are members, and each of them had an industry partner who helped compile this report. You'll see them listed on that board over there. So U of D Mercy was heading up the project, CMU was involved, Lawrence Tech, just to name a few, and then you've got some of our industry partners as well. So Ford, Comau, Fanuc, Siemens were all involved in helping us compile that report. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out on our website. We do have a downloadable copy. Let me know if anybody needs a discount code on that. Just shoot me an email and we can get you set up with that. But it's definitely something to check out, just kind of an overview of these different sectors of Industry 4.0. And of course, the event itself was the unveiling of that report. We had a panel put together as well to talk about it a bit. Probably about 300 people showed up to that event. We'll be back at the DIA in 2019 as well to host this. Supporting programs and member benefits. So that's a little bit about the events we do. This is a little bit more in-depth on some of the benefits and programs we have. International business. So there's really 2 areas that our international business team focuses on. One is our trade missions. So a few times throughout the year, probably 2 to 3 trade missions a year, we will, through the help of our International Business Advisory Council, our team will select a place to go. They usually do a pre-trade mission, meet with some local ambassadors in that country that they might be visiting, some business people as well, to set up meetings for these teams going on events, so that by the time these companies go to this trade mission, it's just one meeting after the next of doing business. You're going to see some announcements soon. We've done about 30 trade missions now. We usually take about 10 to 12 companies per trade mission, and we just passed up the $1 billion in export sales mark for Southeast Michigan companies. So you'll see a little bit of press on that coming out soon. The other thing that our international team really focuses on is business attraction. So when we do tours, you'll see our International Business Center in the back. We have a space where a company, if they're well established overseas but looking to come to Southeast Michigan and set up an office for the first time, they can reserve our space for up to 90 days until they find a permanent location. And sometimes companies go beyond that 90 days, but we've had a few companies recently. I think we've had 30 total that came out of our office through starting out here in Southeast Michigan and finding a permanent location. Some success stories, we had a company, Kingfa, out of China a few years ago that opened up an office in Canton. And I want to say they hired about 300 people over the last few years. So again, we work with some of the local county governments, Oakland and Macomb, some of the state government as well, the MEDC folks. So if a company, we talk to them and they say maybe they're looking for an office that holds 5 people and they just need a desktop. Others tell us they need a factory that's going to be able to hold 200 employees. So it all depends what they're looking for, but we can assist them with that as they transition into Southeast Michigan. Yes? How would we distinguish what we do from what the MEDC does? It really depends what avenue you're looking at. I know they don't focus as much on Industry 4.0 as we do. From what I've seen out of them, we do work pretty collaboratively with the MEDC. But a lot of their focus lately in some of these areas has been on mobility for the most part. There's a few similarities, but a lot of differences as well. They'll sometimes partner on our trade missions. Sometimes they'll do a trade mission elsewhere, so we'll kind of work it out as far as, if you guys are going to Germany, we don't need to bother with Germany this year. We'll have some other companies, so we kind of pass each other off that way too. Does that somewhat answer your question? Okay. I should mention our most recent trade mission. We went to Hanover in Germany this past summer. Coming up in September, our team is going to be going to India. So we're still looking for some companies to go on that trade mission. It's usually about $5,000 if you want to go on a trade mission, $6,000 if you're not a member. That does include the cost of your flight, your hotel, us setting up the meetings. Basically everything except a couple meals is included in the cost of that. The 7 Cs program. So the 7 Cs program is a resource that we have for entrepreneurs. Basically, it's looking at companies that are at the idea stage or later that have hit kind of a plateau and don't quite know how to take their business to the next level. You don't have to be a member to participate in this. We can provide a membership with the program, but basically just if companies need to know a little bit more about how to do their sales maybe, or how to run their meetings, how maybe leadership training they need, we can assist with that. In addition to the 7 Cs program, we also recently rolled out ACT 4.0. We do company assessments of maybe how we can help with your business. We also work with PCS Insight. We have a part-time COO, Pavan Mazumdar. He's with PCS Insight and does consulting as well. So right now he has a program called iCube in which he helps companies show them how to facilitate their meetings. And Act 4.0 as part of that, he's showing others how to run that iCube program as well. So if you're a small business, maybe interested in learning a bit more about how you can get involved in that, we can at least do an assessment, so be sure to contact us about that. Discounts. So we've had a lot of companies signing up lately exclusively for the discounts. One thing that comes up a lot as well is, we'll often contact members throughout their membership year, and they'll tell us that, oh, I'm the point of contact, the membership's for me. Membership's actually for everybody at your organization. So if your company signs up, anybody can take advantage of the benefits that are included. We have a few discounts available. There's some marketing and video opportunities in there, but a lot of people focus on the educational discounts. We have a few, such as New Horizons, that offer discounts on some of their certifications. We have 3 universities involved in offering discounts as well, though. Davenport University offers 20% off tuition. Lawrence Tech offers up to $3,000 a year in tuition grants. Just depends if the student's part-time, full-time, graduate, or undergraduate. The newest one we have, University of Detroit Mercy, offers 50% off their MBA program for all employees of your company. They offer a few other programs as well, some graduate degrees and certifications within the School of Engineering and the Schools of Business, but it's exclusive to those 2 schools. So again, any of your employees can take advantage of that. The U of D one, they just have to be a new student. So if they're already halfway into that program, unfortunately they can't take advantage. But again, significant discount if you have anybody who's looking to further their education. Also, your company is allowed to offer discounts as well. We're mostly focusing on education, but there's some other opportunities if you're interested in offering something to our membership. Just another little way to promote yourself. Event postings. So you'll see we do have an event calendar on our website where we post all the Automation Alley events. Members can also post their events to that page as well. So if you've got something coming up, whether you're hosting it here, maybe you're hosting it at your building, maybe it's even just a webinar, you're able to post it to our calendar, get a little bit more promotion on that. And I know it gets views too, because last week actually we had a company, Access Interactive, that hosted an event in our auditorium, and I had people calling me like crazy asking how to get signed up for it. Unfortunately, it was not our event, but again, still a good opportunity to get some people in the door here. Press releases. How many of you are signed up for our News at 8 email already? Okay, there's got to be at least a few of you, right? Okay. We usually sign up all new members for the News at 8 email. It has nearly 3,000 subscribers. Basically, if you have any news going on with your company, you can post it to our website. It'll go out the following day in our News at 8 email with all of our other member press releases. So any new hires, new buildings, new projects that your company might be working on, we've got a couple companies that really take advantage of this. Anytime they're doing promotions or anything like that within their company, just a good way to give some employee recognition. Even if you're not a member, you're able to subscribe to the News at 8 email and just kind of see what else is going on with some of these companies in Southeast Michigan. Host a meeting. As I mentioned, meeting space is included with your membership. You have access to this auditorium. It starts at once per year at the small company level, and it increases at each level. This room seats about 100 people. You have access to lapel mics, handheld mics. You've got the projector available as well. So all that's available if you need it. Whether you're hosting something, we have some companies that come here once a year and just do a, what's the word for it, like a sales team, kind of team rally sort of thing. We have others that host events where they try to invite new customers out. Anything you're looking to host. And we'll do tours after as well. You'll see some of the smaller conference rooms that are available too. Committees and advisory councils. So we've got a few of these that we offer. Mostly the advisory councils right now that are, we've got one for each of the different sectors of Industry 4.0. These meet virtually, and they're basically just an opportunity to do some idea sharing with our other members and kind of learn a bit more about what direction they think that industry is going and how you guys can collaborate and basically just share some ideas. We also try to focus some of our events a little bit about this. So aside from just the tech takeovers, we'll also do some learning sessions from time to time focused on these topics. We do have an education and talent committee that gets together, and we'll do events based around hiring, retaining employees, so different topics like that. Especially right now, there's a lot of focus on With manufacturing, robotics, and things like that, there's a lot of opportunities for people to get good jobs without a 4-year degree, some alternatives to that, so we've done a couple events on that recently as well. Networking. Networking is we're often told, is the main reason people sign up for membership. So we do, even, the tech takeovers or orientation like today can act as a networking event as well, but we do have a few events throughout the year that are exclusively just networking opportunities. Every month we will do a morning member mingle. So it's hosted at one of our member facilities. They get to give a tour of their building, talk a little bit about what they're doing, and everybody gets to get together and kind of see that and just network. Quarterly, we will do an evening networking event. So similar setup, just a member company chooses to host it. They get to show off what they're doing right now. The evening ones have drinks and hors d'oeuvres, so they get a little bit higher turnout, of course. But it just depends what you're looking for. Probably, I would say 60 to, I've seen as many as 120 people show up at some of the evening ones. The morning ones, I would say, are probably about 40 to 60 attendees. So again, just different crowd, different opportunities to network and everything. And if your company is interested in hosting one of these as well, let us know. We're booked up through 2018, but we're looking at 2019 as well for some new hosts. So definitely some opportunity there, as long as you can host that many people. We don't want to be too cramped up. Sponsor an event. So a lot of different sponsorship opportunities throughout the year. I talked a bit about Integrate, the Tech and Industry Reveal, the golf outing, so all those have sponsorships associated with them. Just really depends in what area you want to have your company affiliated. Even if you're not sponsoring something like that, though, we have some smaller sponsorship opportunities like the Tech Takeovers. It's $200 to be the breakfast sponsor at a Tech Takeover. So that includes your logo goes on the event page, on all the email promotions that go out for that. You get to have a table at this event. You get to give a welcome intro to everybody as well, talk a little bit about what your company does. And again, that's for a crowd of about 20 to 40 people typically, I would say. So anywhere from, like I said, $200 to sponsor a tech takeover all the way to, I think Integrate has sponsorships in the $10,000 and $20,000 range and everything in between. So just lots of opportunities to get your company some visibility. Just really depends what you might be looking for, what your focus might be at that time. Get involved. This is just kind of a wrap-up slide. An opportunity for, I'll talk a little bit about the next networking event we have coming up. We're going to be next week, Thursday, the 21st, I believe. We're going to be at Leader Dogs for the Blind in Rochester. A little bit different of an event than we would typically do for our morning mingles, but they have a leadership training program that they're trying to focus on, so they'll be talking about that a little bit. In July, we will be at Leone Engineering in Livonia. I think Livonia. Don't quote me on that. One other thing I didn't mention, we do have a job board as well. So you can post as many positions as you'd like to that. It's still kind of building itself up right now. We've got a lot of staffing companies posting there. But again, any members have access to post as many jobs as they'd like to that. I always add, because usually people sign up for just the networking opportunities, but we try to tell them, let your HR know about this as well, because they can post jobs, they can take advantage of the for some employees. Let the marketing people know so that they can post to the event calendar, so that they can post press releases. So feel free to get in touch with Katie or myself as well. Let us know if there's anybody else we need to get plugged in with membership. We'd be happy to reach out to your company. And we're always glad to come to your office as well. If you want to, the next orientation is not for 2 months. If you'd like us to come out to your office and give a quick overview of membership to several people on your team, we'd be glad to set that up as well. Any questions? Yes. Can we get access to the slides? Yeah, I have my business card. I'll hand it out to anybody who asks. Just talk to me afterward. Just shoot me an email, and I'll make sure we get you a copy of the slides. Any other questions? Pricing. Pricing's available on our website, or maybe it's not available on our website. We change it a lot. I can get you info on pricing, though. Memberships start at the small company level, which is $750 per year. We've got medium company is $1,500. Corporate level is $5,000, and then we've got the foundation level, which is $17,500 annually. A lot of those companies, it's more of a package that we put together at that point with some sponsorships throughout the year and more of a strategic partnership. When we give tours, I will show you there's a wall out here where we have the logos of all our foundation level members. They also get access to a few other opportunities as well. Katie runs our government affairs team. So we'll do a few events throughout the year. For example, last week Friday, Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley came out to do a roundtable on talent. And so they get first access to that as well, being at that roundtable. And that's a good event too because it's in a room of about 30 people. Last year we had Debbie Stabenow, Gary Peters, Mike Cole, Clint Kesto all come out. So rather than being in a room of 500 people where you hear one of these local reps talk and then just get off the stage and leave, you get to actually ask them questions and learn a little bit more about, or have them learn a little bit more about what some of your challenges are right now. So Foundation gets a lot of access to that as well. But yes, membership starts at $750 to answer it more simply. Yes? Go ahead. We did change the membership levels recently. If anybody here is a current member, we are keeping the membership levels year to year as long as you renew by your renewal date, so don't worry about that changing. But for any new members, yes, we did recently change the membership level cost. Yes?
If you're a member, do you have access to other members' contact information?
The question was, if you're a member, do you have access to other members' contact information? We do have a membership directory on our website. Excuse me, not on the website, but if you are a member, you can log into the back end of our website. And yes, you do have access to a directory. Certain levels come with an Excel sheet that we can send as well that has that listed a little more nicely. All the same information, but just a little more easily sortable. But yes, you can check out our membership directory if you're a member, see phone numbers, address, anything like that. We just don't include emails because we've had some spamming issues in the past with that.
Do you have folks that utilize Automation Alley from the standpoint that they provide support or services to potential members? So they're trying to facilitate those connections.
Do we have members that provide supporting services?
Do you have some way that you can support, like providing, besides the networking, monthly and the quarterly events, are there any other resources that you provide to members that facilitate them, individuals or groups that have resources to provide to other members, you know, to kind of get out, this is what we do.
So other,
If
yeah.
I'm looking for something, then I can go to this member database and say, okay, I need some type of services support from somebody, and they go and they utilize it.
So basically your question is, how do companies find each other within membership? We do have where you can break down our directory by different industries, so that option is available. Also, just talk to me and Katie as well. We usually know companies within our membership, so ask us, if you're looking for a company that does this, we connect people all the time. I've had people ask who does websites or who does robotics, who does leadership training, anything like that, so we'll usually make connections there as well. Yes? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Got it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you were just talking about trade shows a little bit and how other organizations offer that. We do have expo booths at the Technology and Industry Reveal and then at Integrate as well. I think Integrate we have about 35 expo booths available. We usually look to get companies that are a little more hands-on technologies there, so it's something besides just some pamphlets that you can kind of see what they do. But that is kind of the most opportunity we would have for that type of thing. Any other questions? All set? All right, well, feel free to hang around, continue networking, grab some bagels and coffee if you'd like. Katie and I will be doing some tours later, so just hang around in the back. If anybody has any additional questions, just feel free to come up and ask me. All right? Thank you guys for coming today. Appreciate it.